But I want to talk about maybe like some of the challenges from when we first started living together. I mean, obviously there's some cultural differences. So I was never used to also coming from dysfunctional relationships and dating men who weren't necessarily good to me for some years. Winford treated me like a queen. Even to the point, I remember the first couple weeks I was here, when he would carry me to the dining room, he would grab this.
You know, baby, why?
Why?
I remember very well after we back from the summit, you hold me, you kiss me, you show me the strong love. And I realized this is the one I search and I pray for, this whose work can just make me happy the rest of my life. And I realized you love me so much. So why I promise you, I love you the way you are.
Yeah.
Baby, no anyone can ask me why you such this to love these ladies without she can use the wheelchair. Yeah, she can't walk. But baby, first of all, is here.
And you knew I wasn't a rich person. So that's one thing, misconception, a lot of that I've learned now that I've lived here for a while, and we've been married for 6 months. We've been together for 1 year as a couple, but we've been married for 6 months, and I learned that here in Tanzania, if you are a white person, Mzungu, and or especially if you're an American, most people think you are rich because you're white and you came from America, so you've got to be rich. And in a way, there's some truth to that. Even somebody that's below poverty level in the United States is richer than somebody who's poor here. But one of the things from the very beginning, we were very honest with each other, and I told him, like, I am not a rich person, like, in the United States. One of the reasons I want to leave the United States and live in another country is because it's hard for me to survive in the United States. It's hard for me to eat. It's hard for me to pay my bills. You know, my money will be worth more in Tanzania, and we can live a little bit more comfortable. He works very, very hard, and all of the money he makes, everything we do together. There's not one of us that's richer or one of us that's poorer. And I think that that's definitely a misconception that people think, especially with, oh, he had to have married her because she's way richer than him. If he came from Tanzania, he's a very, very poor person. Guys, you can look at our house. This is not a poor man. He works very, very hard for a living. But
you know, baby, we have good communication.
Yeah.
Because you remember very well, you arrived here, you have only $300.
Yeah.
But you budgeted this and everything's run well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
big
both
smile all day, hanging around in the bed, come and garden.
We're both
together.
very simple people.
Yeah.
Both of us are very, very simple people. And as long as, you know, we see each other happy and we know our children, which just, so I should mention, I have 3 biological children and he has 3 biological children. So together we have 6 children that we are still supporting, and still his children are, the youngest, Daniel, is 10. He's still in primary school. This will be his last year in primary school. Our daughters, Miriam and Dory. Dory just graduated this last year from high school. And next year, actually, because of financial reasons, will be her first year in college. And Miriam, next year, will be her second year in college. She's the oldest. And then my oldest, Ariana, she's married and has 3 children, married to a wonderful man named Caleb, and they live in the United States, obviously. My middle one, Kalia, which is the one that people are most familiar with, is Kalia and Skyland, the 2 youngest. Kalia is graduated. She is also waiting to go back to college probably next year. She's working and actually living and renting the house that I have lived in for the last 21 years, the house that she was born in. And then Skyland, she is also still in North Carolina, and with her father while she's still in school. She actually will be graduating in May of 2024. So we plan on being in the United States for that. But one of the things, my husband is correct, that I think really makes this work, even with the cultural differences and the little things that we had to learn about each other, is our communication. We both have a lot of patience with each other. He's definitely the more patient one. I get more like ha 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 than he does. I get really excited and sometimes worked up, but he's very patient with me. And with me having PTSD and depression and anxiety, he's had to learn a lot.
Yeah, baby, boss, we just learning. Yeah, because never meet before there's someone like you.
Yeah, and I never
It's
before
better
met
to
someone like
understand
you.
because if you love someone, it's better to understand how can help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has become my calm, my safe place, my strength. This man believes in me so much and is always telling me how smart I am and how beautiful I am and how much he loves me. And it's allowed me to really, really accept the truth that I do deserve love and I do deserve marriage. I will say one of the challenges of living here, so now I'm actually considered a resident of Tanzania, but I am an American citizen. I have what's called a dependent visa, meaning I'm allowed to stay in the country for 2 years at a time. And when that 2 years is up, then we renew the pass. Basically, we just have to prove to the government that we're still married and that we still live together and that I still desire to be with my husband. So one of the hardest things of actually living here permanently in the very beginning was learning that I couldn't get my antidepressants, my medications sent to me from the United States. It's totally illegal. Once the box arrives in Tanzania and goes through customs and they see that it's prescription medication, they will literally throw it away. We will never receive it. So that was really scary. We were able to do some research between my doctor in the United States, who's absolutely amazing. She still sees me virtually. Thank goodness. It's one of the best things that came out of the pandemic is virtual doctor visits. She knows I live here. She supports me fully. We were able to find a different antidepressant that was equivalent to the one I had been taking for 21 years here in Tanzania. And it wasn't easy. And actually today's the first good day that I've had in a while, because it took a little bit of adjusting and figuring out the correct dosage of this new medication, which is just Prozac. I'm not taking anything like Xanax or controlled substances, nothing like that. It's just Prozac. But we had to figure out the right milligram for me to take so that I wasn't crying every day, like looking at my husband going, I'm not unhappy, I'm fine, I'm just really sad for no reason.
Yeah, so now he's supposed to take 2 pills.
Yeah.
But babe, don't worry, tomorrow I plan to buy another more $2.
Yeah, he goes to the pharmacy and he gets it for me with Tanzanian shillings because that is the currency here. And it's actually cheaper here than it is in the United States. And when you do the conversion of the money, do the math. So for 2 boxes, it'll cost about $12 US. Here, it's about 60,000 shillings.
1 box.
Yeah. I'm sorry, 1 boxes. Yeah. So altogether, about the equivalent of maybe 16 to 20 US dollars. So it is much cheaper here without insurance, which is crazy. But yeah, we've been figuring it out. Day by day is an adventure. I learn things all of the time from him. He learns from me all of the time. And we want to continue this video series. We want to continue to share our life with you all and how we do things here, because things are different. There are times, this is Tanzania, there are times when we don't have electricity, not because we didn't pay the bill, but because the power grid is too strained and there's not enough electricity for everybody, so it gets turned off. The whole village goes black. We have multiple days in a row where we have no running water. And again, it's not because our bill's not paid, it's because the well for the village is dry. And my husband has things set up all around our house to make sure that we still have what we need, even including water, whether it's rainwater or water from other tanks around the house. So we really are looking forward to sharing this with you all, and there'll be little clips here and there that we'll add to the series. So thanks for joining us, and we look forward to showing you all about life in the village.
Yes, baby. So now we are a couple, husband and wife.
Mr. and Mrs. Mitsui.
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Mitsui.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love you so much, guys.
See you soon.